This is going to be a continuation of the Vickie project, and lately we've been working on the crank counterweights, okay? And so we did the lathe work, which is pretty simple. It's a piece of stainless steel, and it's just a round disc with a shoulder on the other side where it goes onto the crankshaft. And right now we're cutting the counterweight part of it, which requires a 150 thousandths deep recess on either side. And I'm just all I'm doing is just brushing a little oil on there using the 3/16 inch diameter sport flute cutter, and the material is stainless steel. So I'm brushing the swarf away and adding a little oil as I go. So that's it. We're down about 75 thousandths, so we're halfway down. And this process takes a little while, a little over 30 minutes. So I'll fast forward through it on the video, and I'll show some photos of the previous work that we've done. These get a brass sleeve that goes around them, which I've made, and I've got some pictures of that, so I'll put a little slideshow in the video. And this is the first disc that I've done. I've got the other disc cut out. Hang on. Let me swing the camera over here and we'll take a look. But that's what the disc looks like when it comes off the lathe. Okay? Now they got a little different size shoulder on them, but they're basically the same thing. So this one gets the recess cut up, the counterweight cut on this side. So once I finish this one, I'll put it in the vise and we'll do the CNC work on this side. So with that, I'll move the camera back over to what we're doing now. We're taking really light cuts in the stainless steel, just 5 thousandths deep. That's why this takes a while. And we're only running at 8 inches per minute. And let's see what else. I guess that's about it. We're running at the maximum speed on this little tag that I've got is 2,500 RPM. So most of the time that's where we're at. We're making the climb cutting is what we're doing. We got one finished edge there. We want it to look good when we get finished. So this is just climb milling this whole thing here. Take a look at the sleeve for a second here. So there's the chunk of brass that I cut the sleeves out of. I just created an inside diameter there, and I was able to cut both sleeves out of that. Plus I got one more that I could cut out of there. And you can see the sleeve. It fits snugly onto the disc, and then it gets Loctited on there. So that will do eventually. that. We'll go back there. Here's kind of what the counterweight will look like once it's finished. This is just a sample. It's thicker than the counterweight itself, but I wanted to take a test drive on the CNC work to make sure it works and mark where a screw hole gets drilled eventually. So that's what that is, and that's basically what this one will look like once the CNC thing is done. This is the same stainless steel that we made the hot cap out of. So I have a long piece of this. So these counterweights could be made out of mild steel if it was desired. I think the stainless steel might look nice. About 30 degrees in the shop today. It's pretty warm out here. I got a couple doors open, but I am running my fan and heat sink on my Stirling motor up there. That's keeping it to a reasonable temperature. Let me put it that way. Still gets pretty hot, but the heat sink and the fans help a lot. I don't have my temperature thermometer out here, infrared chopper, but I guess I should have it out to check the temperature. Originally I didn't have it on there. I snapped it on because it was getting pretty warm out here today. Anyway, just a little tidbit there while we're cutting this thing. final cut. We're down 150 thousandths now. So after this is finished, we'll go back to our 0 point, and we're going to put a 16th inch end mill in there and just spot a hole that we're going to drill later on the drill press for a 256 screw. So with that, I'm going to shut the camera off now. We'll go off camera. We'll change the end mill and put that little spot in there and take this out of the vise, and then we'll conclude this video. Okay, we put a little dinky end mill in there, and I'm going to touch just a little drop of oil there, and there we go. And this is just going to be 20 thousandths deep. It's only going to take 30 seconds, not long. I just want to get it spotted now, and we'll drill it later on the drill press for a 256 screw. That's it. That's it, just a little spot. So we'll drill that later. So I'm going to shut the camera off, we'll get it out of the vise, and I'll show you what it looks like with the sleeve on it. Okay, there it is with the sleeve on it, and I'll flip it over, you can see the other side. That's, well, there you go. That sleeve gets Loctited on. It fits pretty snug, but there's enough room for Loctite right now. Turn it over. I got it propped up on an end mill, on a parallel, so you can see it better. So there's the other side with the sleeve on it. So that'll conclude this video. I'll get on to the other one, and it's exactly the same, except I have to figure out some other way to hold it, because the boss on the back side isn't big enough for the vise to grab onto, so I'll have to figure out some other method to hold it while I do the CNC work. With that, let me call off, and we'll conclude this. There's my fan setup if you watched my video on that, and it's really helped today because, like I said, it's 30 degrees out here in the shop, so it's pretty warm. I got some doors open, a little bit of breeze coming through, but pretty warm out here. Anyway, I'll call off. Thanks for watching. Talk to you later. Bye.